What's up, y'all? This is DJ Kenny Parker, DJ and producer for Boogie Down Productions / KRS-One, and today I'm back with another video. Today's video is part of my series that I call Epic Fails, when hip-hop goes wrong. I'd like to thank all the people that checked out my last video, Epic Fails, about my appearance on Soul Train. And keeping with that theme, today we're going to talk about the Arsenio Hall Show. Before I start, let me give a quick shout out to my man Terrence Hill, who hooked me up with some footage that I was looking for that allowed me to make this video. Thanks, my dude. The Arsenio Hall Show originally aired on January 3rd, 1989, and it was hosted by none other than Arsenio Hall. That show quickly became one of the hottest, if not the hottest, late night talk show on television. And I want to give a special big up to Arsenio Hall, because what he did do that a lot of other late night shows weren't doing was he gave a platform to a lot of hip hop acts that weren't being seen on national television on the other channels. Arsenio Hall was a great friend of hip hop. And one of the groups that he had perform on the show numerous times was my crew, Boogie Down Productions. One of the inspirations for this video was I was digging in my closet the other day and I found an actual Arsenio Hall hanger that I got from an appearance on the Arsenio Hall Show. I still have it. This hanger is literally 35 years old. So, BDP appeared on the Arsenio Hall Show numerous times. The first time was in the fall of 1989, a few months before I joined the group. They performed the song You Must Learn, and they performed Self-Destruction on Arsenio Hall. Shout out to D Nice on the decks. Shout out to the late, great Miss Melody. Shout out to my man, the late, great Willie D, and all the other members of BDP that did that show. Fast forward about 8 months later, and BDP dropped their fourth album called Edutainment. And by this time, I was now the DJ of Boogie Down Productions. At the time, BDP was on a mini tour doing some shows to celebrate the release of the iconic Nelson Mandela. For those of you that didn't get a chance to check out the video I did on our performance for Nelson Mandela at Yankee Stadium in New York, the video is here on this channel. I will put a link in the description below. So during the spring of 1990, BDP headed out to California to do a show for the celebration of Nelson Mandela and also to do an appearance on the Arsenio Hall Show. I was about to do my first appearance on national TV, and boy, I was excited. The new BDP crew consisted of KRS-One, Miss Melody, Harmony, Willie D, Jamal Ski, Heather B, and Sydney Mills. So we did the rehearsal and everything was cool. Instead of turntables, I was going to be using an SP1200 drum machine. Boogie Down Productions was the first group to ever bring the SP1200 drum machine out to live performances. We used it at Yankee Stadium, we used it at Oakland Stadium, and this time we were rocking the SP1200 live on the Arsenio Hall Show. So there was a lot of pressure on me. So after the sound check, we had a little time before the performance, so I decided to take a walk around the building before we had to perform. All up around Arsenio Hall, there are little signs everywhere. And they had this one sign that said, Arsenio Hall, shown in 135 stations. I said, oh my God. And for the first time, the magnitude of this performance hit me. Then they had another sign that said, Arsenio Hall Show, shown in 95% of America. I said, yo, everybody that I know everybody that I ever met, including my school teachers from grammar school, are going to be watching this show. Then I got super nervous. I had butterflies in my stomach. The stage director at the Arsenio Hall Show said, "You only get one take. Whatever happens up there, we are showing it live." I remember sitting in the green room with my stomach in knots. I don't know how everybody else was feeling. Everybody was quiet, but I was just sitting there like, oh my God, this is the big time. So then somebody comes into the green room and says, KRS-One, you're going to talk to Arsenio on the couch, and then in 5 minutes, you guys are going to perform. So I need you guys to go behind the curtain, and KRS-One is going to go talk to Arsenio. After Chris spoke, they came backstage and they said, okay, guys, after the commercial, you're up. And since I was the one playing the music, I was the first person that had to perform. So now KRS comes behind the screen and he looks at us. And I don't know what we looked like to him, but this is what he said to us. He looked at us and he said, I don't know about y'all, but this is national TV. I'm going for mine. And the way he said it, it kind of snapped you out of the trance. Because then I was like, hold up, I'm going for mine too. What? And it kind of like gave me like another energy. And I think that Chris said that on purpose because I don't know what we looked like to him, but he felt compelled to say, this is national TV. I don't know about y'all, but I'm about to do my thing. And it kind of snapped everybody out of the trance. Needless to say, the curtain comes up. I hit the SP1200. The beat drops. So now I'm like, I'm good. The beat is up. And we ended up doing the performance and everything turned out dope. So we flew back to New York. About 3 weeks later, Chris gets a call from Jive. And apparently, when he went to the Arsenio Hall Show, he was supposed to perform his new single, Love's Gonna Get You. Instead, we did a tribute to Nelson Mandela. So Jive was like, I need y'all to go back out there and this time do the song you were supposed to do. In about a month, we were back on the Arsenio Hall Show. This time, it was just me, KRS-One, and Willie D. Fast forward, y'all, 2 years later to 1992. And by this time, a lot had changed in BDP. A lot of the members that were down in 1990 were gone. I did a whole breakdown on that. You guys could check it out on this channel. Also, we were coming off a lot of beefs. So there was a lot of that essence in the air. So we got to the Arsenio Hall Show to do our new single, We In There. Two things happened that night, y'all, that I found quite strange. First, this time, all three of the performing members of BDP were going to sit on the couch this time. So Arsenio Hall was going to announce everybody's name. By this time, Arsenio Hall had been on the air for 3 years. BDP had already been there 3 times, and I myself had probably watched every episode of the Arsenio Hall Show. He was a professional. He was flawless. So he starts to announce the names, and this happens.
Boogie Down Productions is one of the pioneer rap groups in the business, as well as being one of the most prolific rap groups in the business. Give it up for KRS-One, DJ Kenny Parker, and Willie D.
Out of all the people's names to mess up on national television, how did he mess up my name? I have never seen Arsenio Hall mess up an introduction ever. But somehow, when Kenny Parker gets up there, Arsenio messes up my name. If you notice right here, y'all, when I walked past Arsenio, I whispered something to him. What I said was, yo, man, you messed up my name. Him being a true professional had no facial expression. Another funny part was, before we came on stage, the stage manager said to me, Kenny, they're going to ask you a question about the importance of DJing. So be prepared to answer the question when Arsenio asks you. And I had a whole answer prepared. Instead of asking me a question, y'all, all Arsenio Hall said was,
"What are you guys going to do after the commercial?"
That threw me completely off. I didn't even know what to say. I said the first thing that came to my mind.
We're going to break it up.
Yeah. Nothing else to be said. We'll be right back.
As you could see, y'all, even Arsenio Hall found that a little funny. To me, once again, that was a... The amazing part was the performance was actually pretty dope. We got to perform a track that I produced in my living room on national television. Once again, a highlight of my career. Now here goes the next strange part, y'all. Backstage at the Arsenio Hall Show, they have like a wall of fame where everybody signs their name. As you can imagine, some of the most incredible artists of all time have their names signed up on this wall. Of course, we signed our names on the wall since we had already been there 2 previous times. The funny part was the artist PM Dawn had recently performed on the Arsenio Hall Show. And I did a whole breakdown on this channel, KRS-One versus PM Dawn. If you guys didn't check it out, I break down the whole story. Anyway, when we got to the Wall of Fame to see our names and tag again, they had KRS-One's name up there. They had me, DJ Kenny Parker, up there. But then when they got to Willie D, there was a line drawn through Willie D's name. And on top of it, it said Prince B, PM Dawn. Yo, Will was so mad. Me and Chris was dying laughing. If you guys saw the video that I did, the breakdown of PM Dawn, you'll know why he crossed out Will's name and signed his name. Anyway, for Willie D, that was a... Anyway, y'all, I hope you enjoyed the story. I want to give a big shout out to the Arsenio Hall Show. They really represented BDP to the fullest. KRS was on the show 2 more times after that performance we did in 1992 with different people performing. And Arsenio always showed mad love. So shout out to him. If you enjoyed the story, please give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe to the channel. If you don't have the book, my brother's name is Kenny. Pick up the book. The link is in the description below. This is the true origin story of BDP and a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And that's it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.